Hi, I'm Mr. Harris, and this is Practice With Me, where we get better together. Today, we're going to practice some rhythmic figures, and those rhythmic figures are the whole note, the whole rest, the half note, and the half rest. So let's get started. First, in music, we have something called a whole note, okay? One more time, a whole note. A whole note looks like this circle right here. And what a whole note is, it is a rhythmic figure where we play 4 beats of sound, okay? Again, we play 4 beats of sound, okay? Now, how it would sound? It would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A whole note is 4 continuous beats of sound. Again, they have to be continuous. They can't be broken up in between. It can't be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that gets into something else, okay? A whole note is 4 beats of sound that are continuous, okay? Now, for example, very quickly, I'll just play a whole note on the flute so you hear what it sounds like. And I'll even hold up some fingers so you can count with me. 4 beats, just like that. Let's count again. Just like that. So that is our whole notes, okay? Which is, again, 4 beats of sound that are continuous. Next, we have the whole rest. Now, every single note has an equal and opposite rest. And every single rest has an equal and opposite note. What I mean by that is, if we take that first word, which is whole here, we rewrite that word, and instead of note, we write rest, we get an equal value between the two. Check it out. The whole note is 4 beats of sound, and the whole rest, in turn, is also 4 beats. However, they're also opposites. The note is sound, and the rest is silence, okay? So the whole rest is 4 beats of silence, okay? So what we do is we take our 2 hands like this and we just rest for 4 beats. If we're clapping, it would look like this. Rest, 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 rest. Okay? Or we could even count it. If you want to do it like that, it's probably even better. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of silence, okay? And now in actual music, you just not make any sound for 4 beats. So it would just be 4 beats of silence just like that. You don't have to put it up on your fingers, but just to show you how many beats of silence that would be. Okay? Moving on. Let's check out the half note. Okay? The half note. The half note is 2 beats of sound. Okay? The whole note above here was 4 beats of sound, and this half note instead is going to be 2 beats of sound. Okay? Same idea as the whole note, 2 beats of sound that are continuous, okay? We can't separate like this, 1, 2. That wouldn't be a half note, again, that would be something else. So we need 2 beats of sound that are continuous like this, 1, 2. Okay, one more time, 1, 2. And if I were to play a half note on an instrument instead, it would sound like this. Okay, I just played 3 half notes right there so you hear what it sounds like, okay? So that is the half note. Now, we have the opposite of the half note, the half rest, okay? You'll notice the half rest and the half rest and the whole rest look similar, okay? They look similar. Now, how do you remember the difference between the two? How I tell my students is I like to think of this as a half, okay? The word half starts with the letter H and so does the word hat. Since this looks like a hat, we can remember that the half rest looks like a hat and it's 2 beats of silence. So we rest, rest, or 1, 2 beats of silence, okay? Or, so we have that silence there. Okay, so that is the half rest, okay? Now, we're going to get some practice. I've written 4 examples here for us to practice the whole note and whole rest and half note and half rest, okay? So in example number 1, we have first a whole note, 4 beats of sounds, a whole rest, 4 beats of silence, a whole note, 4 beats of sound, and a whole rest, 4 beats of silence, okay? So clapping a whole note, it would sound just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So let's do number 1 together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, number 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. Okay? So that's how number 1 would sound. All right? Now moving on to number 2. Okay? You'll notice again how I said for these rests, I said rest, 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 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Again, either way is fine, depending on what's better for you. Okay? You want to find the thing that's best for you that helps you understand this the best. Okay? Now we're going to look at number 2. Okay? Number 2, instead of clapping it, I'm going to play it on an A on the flute, just so you hear what it would sound like now with an instrument instead of clapping. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Okay? Now, when you're playing the flute, you should play with 2 hands. I'm just doing it for the purpose of this exercise, so you can see me using my hands to count while also seeing what's happening here. Okay? When you're playing the flute, please use 2 hands. I'm just using it for the purpose of this demonstration. Okay? Now, moving on to examples 3 and 4. Example number 3. We first have a half note, which is 2 beats of sounds. Then we have a half rest, 2 beats of silence. Okay? Then we have the same thing in the following measure. All right? So let's try doing that together. This time I will clap. Okay? Here we go, number 4. Ready? Number 3. 1, 2, number 3, and go. 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, rest, rest. Okay? So that would be for number 3. Okay? We have the 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, rest, rest. Okay? And finally, number 4, I'm going to play this one on flute again, just as well as I did on the second one we had before. Okay? Last but not least, example number 4. This time for the rest, I'll just count 1, 2, so you hear what that would sound like as well. Okay? This time I won't count on my fingers like this, so you don't think you should hold the flute with 1 hand, but you get the idea. Okay? Take a look at number 4. Here we go. Number 4 sounds like this. 1, 2, number 4, and go. Okay? Now I'm going to count 1, 2 like I was just talking about before. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. And those are whole notes, half notes, whole rests, and half rests. Okay? Thank you for watching Practice with me. We'll be continuing next time with more examples of how we can practice the whole note, the whole rest, the half note, and the half rest. And we'll try to start mixing up the 2 and merging them with some more things that we'll be talking about in future lessons. Thanks for watching Practice with me. Have a nice day.